can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What people do in no money, what people at you in no at you. Covid money miss away in the yellow correct you. Use the youth them on the waste and bust a man to statue. Say me like a catch you, but bigger than a figure you. Take the skin from money girl and say that is not you. One day the man above end up him a got a bet. Too much it in the kitchen, some a fly well like a patu. When singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300% raise.
It burn me.
Garbage pile of the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me.
I see corruption face.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
For me say big up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The already promises, none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, they rap and they down in a whatever. Member bowl money and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start like thief when them sell.
It burn me.
Or they treat the market man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the cat man.
It burn me.
Or they treat the peanut man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the sun man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat policeman.
It burn me.
Or them a treat soldier man.
It burn me.
How them a treat everyone.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold
Stibby-dim day, stibby-dim day, stibby-dim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no cape. And some informer friend we love Lake. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for we in Global TV. Check it.
Good morning and welcome to We Are Live. If mainstream media can allow Daryl Vaz to tell lie, why can't we? Same thing. It's all about lying, isn't it, Daryl Vaz? This is the blunder of mainstream media that allows. Give me an audio check because I get the rocky signal from the system already. But we are going to poke through this morning. We hope to pull through. Never get to come out on time. Come and wake up to a blunder of Daryl Vaz. Our how we a tell lie. I say wait there, man. We a tell lie. We a tell lie. Oh, we tell lie, Daryl Vaz. When you say there's no secret in Jamaica, no secret. You never know say they in a Dixon tell we. You never know people them tell we. Okay, we are liars. I don't mind being called a liar. Daryl Vaz. It's okay, Daryl, to be called a liar. A lot would say much more about you, Mr. Vaz. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good morning. Please like and share this live. We're going to debunk Daryl Vaz lies this morning. Beat and Teach, Wagwan. Cousin Jay, Wagwan, Wagwan. Violet Watson, Debbie Jervis. Deb. Sharon Bernard, Christopher Murray. Sunshine. Annette Thompson. Yvonne Riley. Elijah B. Morning, everybody. Wagwan. When I send go call crowd. Send go call Daryl Vaz. Make we ask Daryl Vaz. Out we are him who liar. When I finish this morning, I would like to invite Daryl Vaz to contact United Oil and Gas. Ask United Oil and Gas, Daryl Vaz. I could not chat so. Cousin Marina Wagwan. That they want to free up the coastline because they found oil in Calibra. They also found oil on the Pedro Bank. We're not really lying, Mr. Vaz. Oh, say they want to free up the coastline. That is why you're giving us earthquake and hurricane on the southern coastline, Mr. Vaz, Fly Green, Andrew Holness, and your investors. They want to free up the coastline because they find oil in Calibra. We know for how long you all have been destroying the Calibra zone with your blasting. Me remember this clearly for me, I'm picking it. The Pedro Banks, and that you use mash up St. Elizabeth fishing industry. Daryl Vaz though said, lie. Them tell. They found oil in Walton and they want to free up the coastline. They want to do drilling down here. We're going to use the information this morning of United Oil and Gas to debunk Daryl Vaz. Monica Hawthorne, how are you? Let's listen to Cockermouth.
And receive WhatsApps and telephone calls in relation to the fake news circulating on social media in relation to the discovery of oil on our shores or off our shores. As minister, I can categorically state that there's no such thing. It is absolutely fake news. I, as minister, would be the first one to be excited to share any such good news if and when that happens. So until such time as you hear from me, while I'm minister, disregard all information in relation to Jamaica's discovery of oil. It is just simply untrue. Lie.
Geological.
Simple, untrue, lie. Maybe that was the same thing you said about the raping of Diane Smith. You possibly, Daryl Vaz, said the same thing about Diane Smith's murder. Patricia Matthews, Elijah B. They want to free up the coastline. I'm going to play you 2 video clips from United Oil and Gas YouTube page. One is their investor meeting, and what the other is information about the prospect, the new extended license, and what's it forth and what's wrong. Let us listen to Oil and Gas, not Daryl Vaz. We're not this morning going to listen to Mr. Vaz. We are going to listen to United Oil and Gas in our debunking this morning of the murderer, the rapist, the lion, Daryl Vaz. Come sue me if you never rape and kill Heather. Dan Smith. Come sue me, Daryl. JC, Wagwan, Shade, Oban, Iris. Daryl says we are lying. They found oil in Calibra and they want to free up the coastline. Hurricane or earthquake. They need access to the coastline. Oh, say they want to free up the coastline. So that's why I don't want to take us by surprise. No, it's just climate change. You're going to have more turbulent weather after turbulent weather. Earthquake back to back. Is it fracking or is it earthquake? They want to do drilling in Calibra. They're already doing drilling on the Pedro banks. Let us listen to oil gas investor meeting. It's a longer video, but I've clipped out the bit particularly related to Jamaica. And this information was 7 months ago.
On Egypt throughout last year. We particularly highlighted the challenges we were facing with repatriating US dollar and sourcing US dollar and bringing US funds back to Dublin. The decision to exit Egypt frees us from an asset that has struggled to deliver value for shareholders since we acquired it. Now, we could justify retaining the asset because it was cash positive, and we felt that shareholder because it was generating cash, whilst we may not have seen that reflected in the share price. But once the asset was projected to lose money for 2024, coupled with the US dollar problems, it just made no sense to retain the asset any further. This decision will also generate significant cost savings in head office G&A and our own management time, which allows myself, my board, and my team to start focusing on growing the business again, not just within our existing asset base, but also looking at new opportunities to grow the business. Just to recap on Jamaica, some of these numbers are well known to, I'm sure, most of our shareholders on the call this morning, but it's important just to re-highlight them. We've secured a 2-year extension on the license in January, which is critical, particularly given that there was other interest from other interested parties in the acreage. And getting the award of the extension is a real testament to the close relationship that we have as a team, as a management team, with the ministry and the government. And in fact, I'm actually in Kingston right now, and I'm heading to the ministry after this call today. But just to recap on some of the key info, particularly highlighted on this slide, over $40 million of invested technical work in our hands, which includes over the key areas of prospectivity in our acreage. There's compelling evidence of a working hydrocarbon system in Jamaica. There's been 11 wells previously drilled, 9 onshore, 2 offshore, all of which have of hydrocarbons. And if I could draw your attention, if you can see in the bottom left of our acreage position, you'll see a little target, a Petrobank 1, and 1 just above it, slightly to the right. You'll also see those targets on the island of Jamaica. They're the 11 wells that have been historically drilled and are indicators of hydrocarbons. The black blobs, you'll see oil seeps that we've sampled. There's also gas seeps which are not highlighted on the map, but they're north of the island. Also, the team took on a field trip, and you can clearly see oil stains. This is quite compelling evidence and exciting evidence of a working hydrocarbon system, and it gives us great confidence moving forward. Like all of these projects with its frontier exploration, you do as much work as you can to de-risk the project, but clearly oil seeps, oil samples, oil staining in muds and soils is obviously compelling evidence of a working hydrocarbon system. Just to talk very briefly about the Calibra prospect that we have ourselves, which has a standalone NPV value of over $4 billion. And the good news for shareholders is we have 11 of those prospects in leads, and they're just the ones that we've had by Gaffney Klein. There's a further potential 20 prospects in these that we haven't even scratched the surface of just yet. The project is absolutely colossal. It's about the 1,000 blocks in the Gulf of Mexico. Just to talk a little bit about the work program 2024, following the 2-year license extension announced last month, we formally kicked off the 2020 work with the experienced oil and gas professional, and we 2020 work program yesterday morning. with some stakeholders for the piston. We commenced work, that planning work, which we're very excited. Nice to be doing work like this instead of firefighting in Egypt. We're now looking at building this an asset base in Jamaica and in Watercross. To touch upon Cross briefly, we own or hold 26% interest in the asset. The operator
is not important to us. You lying, mischief-making United Oil and Gas. You news-carrying, mischief-making oil and gas. But let's listen to a further presentation from United Oil and Gas, specifically to do with Jamaica. This video is, what, 5 months old, I think?
United Oil and Gas hold 100% equity in the 22,400 square kilometre high-impact Walton Morant licence, which covers much of the offshore area south of Jamaica. This is a truly world-class exploration licence, with an in place thanks to the significant investment made to date. The licence holds material prospectivity, with the high-graded Calibri prospect independently estimated to hold over 400 million barrels of mean recoverable resources. Beyond Calibri, the potential for nearly 7 billion barrels mid-case recoverable resources is recognised across additional prospects and leads identified on the licence also benefits from a supportive host government. With a 2-year licence extension now secured, there is an opportunity to join United in completing a low-cost work program aimed at providing the final de-risking ahead of exploration well, with the potential to unlock close to $20 billion of value. So, why do we believe that Jamaica is such a good place for exploration? Over $40 million of investment to date has delivered a high-quality data set, which has helped de-risk the identified prospectivity. This dataset has also confirmed the presence of the frontier-scale rewards potentially available. When we talk about the difference the data makes, you don't need to be able to interpret seismic to see the significant improvement in what can be revealed in the subsurface. The figures on the right show the uplift in image quality from vintage to recent data. This uplift gives us the ability to confidently map prospects, identify amplitude brightening events, and detect evidence of fluid migration. In any underexplored area, the key starting point has always been the presence of a viable source rock. In Jamaica, we see plenty of direct evidence for source rocks and migrated hydrocarbons in the form of outcrops. Hydrocarbon shows in previously drilled wells, onshore and offshore oil seeps, and slick anomalies identified from satellite imaging. This ties in with what we would expect to see based on extensive regional studies, which show that Jamaica was well placed for the development of key Cretaceous source rocks, similar to those seen across the prolific basins of northern South America. As well as evidence for the presence of mature source rocks and migrated hydrocarbons, there is also compelling evidence for the presence of all the other play elements needed for a commercial discovery. The fact that the island of Jamaica was only recently uplifted and eroded means that onshore rock outcrops can tell us valuable information about their offshore equivalents. As a result, we have far more information about the subsurface of the offshore basins than might be expected given the low number of wells drilled to date. Very encouragingly, we have been able to identify and map excellent examples of source rocks, reservoirs, and seals. We therefore have lots of evidence that all the play elements needed are present in the offshore basins. From the recent seismic data, we can also see that there are numerous large structures present, giving us material prospects and excellent follow-on potential should there be an initial drilling success. The independently assessed and drill-ready Calibri prospect contains over 400 million barrels of recoverable oil in a mean case scenario, with an upside case of nearly 1 billion barrels. Gaffney Klein completed a review of just 11 of the identified prospects and leads on the license, which estimated a combined mean resource potential of 2.4 billion barrels. Additional prospectivity identified on legacy data and not included in the Gaffney Klein review suggests there could be over 7 billion barrels potential across the license. So clearly a prize well worth going after. The Walton Morant license also benefits from very favorable fiscal terms. There is a production sharing agreement in place that has excellent cost recovery mechanisms and which equates to a government take of around 40%. This compares very favorably to other countries in the region and indeed globally. Drilling costs for an initial well on the Colibri prospect have been independently estimated at $30 million, so a relatively low drilling cost, but with substantial potential returns possible. Perhaps not surprisingly given the size of the prospects identified, the success case economics are excellent. On a standalone basis, Calibri's mean case would generate an NPV of nearly $4 billion, with de-risked follow-on basin-wide potential approaching $20 billion. United was awarded a 2-year extension in January 2024 on the basis of a focused, cost-effective work program. The planned work program is designed to further de-risk the multi-billion barrel potential identified through 2 key pieces of work. The first of these is a piston core survey, which will target specific spots on the seabed to sample them directly for the presence of hydrocarbons. A successful outcome would categorically demonstrate that hydrocarbons are migrating through the offshore basins and would substantially de-risk the presence of a mature, actively migrating source rock. Following on from that, a substantial seismic reprocessing program has been proposed. Recent technological advances could significantly improve the quality of the subsurface imaging on the 3D, and by integrating this with the existing 2D data, provide an integrated product on which to better quantify the follow-on potential, including direct lookalikes to Colibri. United are seeking a partner to fund this low-cost work program and become involved in unlocking what could be a truly transformative opportunity. In summary, Jamaica provides an exceptional exploration opportunity. On the Walton Morant license, we see strong evidence for a working petroleum system and material prospectivity. This is underpinned by favorable license terms, a supportive government, and the potential for a low initial outlay to unlock value in the tens of billions. The opportunity now exists to join United in completing the low-cost work program and be part of an exciting exploration journey with transformative potential. Should this exciting opportunity be of interest to you, please do get in touch using the contact details shown here. The United team can be contacted directly or through our marketing co-advisors, Envoy and EAG. Our team is ready to provide additional information to any interested parties. Thanks for listening.
Wow, sorry. Me never look on the something, so let me start all over. On the London Stock Exchange, Mr. Vaz, detail was published on the 8th of May of a meeting, and I'll give you the details of the meeting, Mr. Vaz, in case you're not aware or you were not informed. Like, you know, the guy from JPS will write tonight, I'll not talk to no, something similar to that. But the meeting, Daryl Vaz, was held on Thursday, the 23rd of May, 2024. The time for the meeting, Daryl Vaz, I'm giving you specific information, was from 1800 to 2100 hours, meaning UK time, 6 p.m. in the evening to 9 p.m. in the night. That was the timing of the meeting, Daryl Vaz. The location, Mr. Vaz, the High Commission of Jamaica, 1 to 2 Prince Consort Road, South Kensington, London SW7 2BZ. I can give you an RSN number for that document published by the London Stock Exchange, Mr. Vaz. The RSN number, Mr. Vaz, is 4715N. The meeting, Mr. Vaz, was an investor evening, Mr. Vaz, that was held at the Jamaican High Commission this year. You, the minister of such like and such a forth, were not invited, don't know about it, hey, was not told about it. So you're minister of their chatting, is it not, Mr. Vaz? Minister of chatting, not being informed of anything and know nothing. Or is it just minister of plain lies and distortion, Mr. Vaz? Because everything bad on a social media propagandist, on a liar, on a walkie-talkie tell it all about. On a chat like Rattigan. On a just a walk and talk the things themselves. But it's because you, the people of Jamaica, do not read, you see. So they can conjure up monkey's story and they can tell you, because you don't read. They can conjure up any monkey's story. There's also another document related to that meeting, Mr. Vaz. I'll give you the RSN number. They're both London Stock Exchange documents. This one is entitled Investors Engagement Update. RSN number, Mr. Vaz, 40200. So check out them. Me just give you information in Mr. Vaz. Come and say, you're back at time, and you're so, and you don't know your job, and add them something there. It's my duty, Mr. Vaz, to advise the government of where they're lacking. And if they choose to listen, Mr. Vaz, United Oil and Gas is an oil company with a development asset in the UK and a high impact exploration license in Jamaica. You know, go and go read. You know, walk and read phone every day. This is why the politician them walk and tell them all of them liar because on a wait for them come tell them the same thing them and I say yeah man I say go wicked liar PNP. Oh no go on like you don't know about it. Oh no so shut up because on our plan to come thief we want to come into. On our come plan thief in PNP. Oh no so silent. And I don't want what to talk about the slut crawling across the road. Mark Golden is not only a slut. Mark Golden back up with the corruption too, and for Mark Golden back up with the corruption. Therefore, Mark Golden lie. Why Mark Golden and no, who is the opposition spokesman and energy? Liar wicked PNP to come out, come debunk Daryl Vaz. Who is the wicked old liar over PNP? Which one of the liars them will sell we out? Sell we out over PNP, over with JPS, over with this, over with that. Which one of the wicked and the liar and the corrupt thief over the People's National Party? Hush up and shut up. Daryl Vaz has secret for them, or the whole on a plan for Conway and thief with. But let me say to you people, don't rejoice over nothing. Because I said, look at Nigeria. Just take a look at Nigeria. It doesn't matter how much oil your country find or gold or whatever. When you have a corrupt government, young DT, Wagwan, Colin Dunn, Colin Jones, Dorothy Brown, John Brown, Norman Ferguson, John Hamilton Wilson, how you doing? Christopher. When you have corrupt systems and governments like we have, you could have find horse and filly, you could have find cow and calf, you now get a dime out of it, Oliver Rodney. Then, because of this corrupt government, we have Colin Richards, Tony Tall. We have to get rid of them first before we get anything out of anything we're finding at Jamaica. It's not going to go any different out there. Angela Groves, Jennifer Simpson. It's not going to go any much different than the wastage and the pilfering in our backside industry. Not one bit of difference. Rejoice not, my people, but stand up and wake up. Them are come fill you know, hey, when I hear so they find onshore and offshore drilling. I'm telling about the land war to come. Jamaica, you all don't understand where this is going. You all don't understand where this is going, Jamaicans. You think any land them find Alpan you can't turn money? Hey, do you think anyway, Labour, PNP, Britain, America, United Oil and Gas, find in your country and see them multi-billion, trillion-dollar profit? You think you can turn on them land? Earthquake coming to the coastline. Bigger storm coming to the coastline. We don't even know if civil war is coming to the coastline. People wake up. You see the lie with Daryl Vaz come out, come tell you, it's for this chacono. So when earthquake and hurricane come, them telling you, oh, it's climate change. We must do this and we must do that. But what about the fracking that is going on in our island? what caused this earthquake, what them are going to take ton way over to earn them profit. The criminals coming for the coastline, you Floyd Green, you've signed a death warrant on the people of Southwest St. Elizabeth. Yes, you murderer, Floyd Green. You signed a pact with the oil invested devils, Mr. Green. That's why you all want to free up the coastline. We've watched you all destroy the Walton Bank and the Southwest Bank fishing industry. We also, right down a para today, watch you all destroy the Pedro banks with a blasting of our reefs. See they now wanna find the eye on the one we land. Wake up. You sleeping mother heifers, wake up. We will soon find all sort of turmoil going on around you. What I'm here speaking to you about, it's in order for you not to have a rude awakening when civil war, disaster, famine, pandemics, and whatever emics. Wake up. Wake up and stop being distracted. The more oil them find, the more we them are go kill. The more oil them find, the more land them want. Wake up. Look at the Niger Delta. Wake up. Wake up, Jamaicans. Wake up. It has been too long. Wake up. Thank you very much for being here this morning on the Global Television Group. Yes, oil is found in Jamaica. Lot of it. Do we stand to benefit anything? No, not with these corrupt governments that we have. Thank you all very much. Like and share the live. This information must go there. Share it to all your WhatsApp group. Share it to everybody. We must this morning debunk Daryl Vaz lies. What Daryl Vaz came out and spoke about were blatant lies. We use the information this morning from the United Oil and Gas to debunk Daryl Vaz's argument. Invest on a fool, Daryl. You, on the other hand, prove yourself as a damn fool all the time, Mr. Vaz. Invest on a fool. Hey, investor. Go after money. Vaz. Invest on a fool. Hey, thank you all very much. And good morning from Global Television.